Afternoon, everyone. My name is Colton Howard. I am a technical solution specialist for North America Watson IoT, and today I'm going to be giving a demonstration on the Watson IoT platform. So I'm going to be talking about what the Watson IoT platform is, how it's applicable to industry, and then I'm going to be diving into an actual demonstration of how the Watson IoT platform works for oil and gas clients and industries. So, first off, Watson IoT platform is a solution that allows for the ingestion of data, whether that is structured, unstructured, real-time, historic. It has the ability to analyze it, identify potential issues, provide recommended actions to take, and delivering insight back to the user. So, as far as where the industry currently is, a lot of companies are very much in a reactive state, which means they wait for a potentially negative occurrence to happen and just reacting to it, rather than utilizing the data that they have to predict when a potential negative occurrence is going to occur. And then with that solution, have prescribed recommendations of actions to take when something of that nature occurs. So I'm going to go in order to illustrate this, I'm going to be playing the role of an operations manager for a major oil and gas company. So as an operations manager, one of my biggest priorities is that I have to make sure that all of my assets across the United States have the maximum amount of production and minimize downtime. So of my assets, I am responsible of monitoring the electrical submersible pumps, which are tools used to dig oil from out of the ground. And so I have to monitor assets all across the United States, and I can't physically be at those locations. So the reason why I opened up this application today is because I got a message yesterday that stated one of my assets in North Dakota had gone down and was not producing any oil at that point. So as you can see, North Dakota in the top of the United States in red, it looks like it is currently down. Well, I also got a text message this morning saying that there was a potential for one of my assets in Dallas, Texas to go down as well, which we'll look into in a moment. So having this ability to open up an application and see the health of all my assets across the United States is something of dire importance to me. So I can make sure that we maximize production and minimize downtime. So before we go into Dallas to see what that warning was, let's go into Oklahoma to show you guys exactly what a working asset looks like. So as we open up Oklahoma, you see that everything does seem to be working well. What you'll see right off the bat is a monitoring system in the middle. However, as an operations manager, most companies are already doing this. They're already monitoring RPM, temperature, torque. But what is truly valuable to me is something I'm going to show you up here, and that is the health score. So what the health score is the analytics running behind the scenes with IBM. It's generally the IBM SPSS that is taking in all these data and sensors from these assets, looking for trends, anomalies, and understanding the data to present me with a health score, which tells me how well is my asset doing, what is its risk of potentially having downtime. This analytics also uses the weather, which the weather company is a company that IBM purchased in the past, and also utilizes historical data. So the more data that we can integrate into the system, the smarter it gets, the more patterns that it can recognize, and the more accurate health score and risk score that it can create. So as you can see, we don't have a lot of data, which is the reason why you're seeing this differentiation with, see, it just jumped up to 78. And because of that is because we don't have enough data. So the more data we get, the more accurate we can become in giving that health score and giving the risk score. The risk score being what percent of risk is my asset at potentially failing. So as an operations manager, that is a huge, huge benefit that I can just open up this application and see right from the bat, how is my asset doing? Next, we have the predictive alert system, which was the system that alertified me earlier that there was a potential chance of my asset going down in Dallas, and we'll look at that in a little bit more detail. But as you can see, there is very little risk as of now. Looks like everything is going as planned. If we look at the historical data in the bottom, it looks like there was an occurrence a while back that could have potentially led to downtime, but I was able to send my engineers out there to get that fixed. So let's go back to Dallas, Texas, so that I can show you exactly what an asset looks like that could be potentially in trouble. So another question that you're most likely asking in your head is, well, how do we know these analytics actually work? So with my Dallas case, I've actually created a simulator which will allow me to raise the temperature of this system beyond a point in which the analytics running behind the system should recognize that this asset is going to fail. So first off, I want to show you guys everything seems to be having somewhat of a potential warning. You're going to see that several thresholds, which are just at as you go in analytics, analytics has certain thresholds, and if it recognizes patterns that could lead to potential failure, it triggers that, which is the text message that I got earlier. So in order to demonstrate the analytics behind this, I'm actually going to simulate the rising of temperature for this asset to show exactly how this analytics works. So I'm going to start increasing the temperature, and as you can see from the monitoring system, the other variables are being affected by this. It looks like we triggered a couple more thresholds. So just so that you understand, this isn't an actual ESP out there. That could be a lot of money, and I could get in a lot of trouble for that. So this is just a simulation. So let's go ahead and crash this thing. So first off, I want to show you exactly what the system is now doing. So as you can see, I'm being texted by the system that says that the ESP in Dallas went through a safety shutdown. So that is something of high importance to me, because let's lower this so I don't get... The system allowed me to send just one text message, but because of my sense of humor, I decided to set it to 500. So my computer is going to be getting a lot of text messages for the next couple minutes. However, so I want to talk a little bit about what the safety shutdown is. So the analytics was able to recognize that at this rate of increase in temperature, our asset could potentially crash and cause damage to the asset. So what did it do? Immediately shut down the asset so no further damage could be done. As an operations manager, that is huge for me, because not only is downtime costing me production costs, but the cost of actually having to repair the asset because of high temperature exposure is something that this analytics system was able to save me by just understanding the underlying data that was taking up. So I want to wrap this all up. So the IoT platform is going beyond just monitoring assets, which most companies already do anyways. The combination of Watson IoT platform and IBM PMQ, which is the analytics solution that we offer, provides the ability to ingest data from any source, whether this is historical, real-time, unstructured, structured. It allows us the ability to analyze the data, identify potential issues, provide recommended actions to take, and deliver insight back to the user. Now, it's this insight that can drive the optimization of the predictive maintenance program and provide an early warning of potential failures. And it's this insight that will move you, your company, your industry, from reacting to an asset failure to taking preventative action that will maximize your production and minimize downtime. Thank you guys for your time. I hope this presentation was useful and showed a real demonstration of how the IoT platform and IBM analytics can be used to provide business value. So again, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.